Let's solve the proportions in problem 19. A proportion is a type of equation that compares two ratios, and we can solve it by cross-multiplying. So I can multiply the numerator of one ratio with the denominator of the other, and in problem A, that gives me 4 times x minus 2 equals 3x. Now, this is a linear equation, so I can distribute the 4 to get 4x minus 8 equals 3x. And if I add 8 to both sides and subtract 3x from both sides, I see that x equals 8. Of course, as with any equation, I can plug this back in to check. The left-hand side of the original equation is 4 over 8. The right-hand side is 3 over 8 minus 2, which is 3 over 6. And both of those are equivalent to 1/2. In part B, we can apply cross-multiplication in a similar way because it's a proportion. Again, it's a proportion because it's an equation that involves setting two ratios equal to each other. So I can multiply 2 times 14 and put that on one side of the equation, and x plus 3 times x goes on the other side. So this gives me x plus 3 times x equals 2 times 14, which of course is 28. The x here I can distribute across the parentheses to the terms in the binomial there. I end up with x squared plus 3x equals 28, which is a quadratic equation. So let me put it into standard form. If I subtract 28 from both sides, I get x squared plus 3x minus 28 equals 0. And now my goal is to try to factor the left-hand side. So I want to find a pair of numbers that multiplies to equal negative 28 and adds to equal 3. And it might occur to you that the numbers that work are positive 7 and negative 4. So the trinomial factors as x plus 7 times x minus 4. And then using the principle of zero products, I can simplify. I can take the expression x plus 7, that factor, and set it equal to 0. And likewise, I can set x minus 4 equal to 0. The first equation gives me negative 7 as a solution, and we get positive 4 as a solution from the second equation. So the two solutions to this proportion are positive 4 and negative 7. And we can quickly check each of those. Positive 4 gives me 7 over 2 on the left, and 14 over 4 on the right, which are equivalent. Negative 7 gives me negative 4 over 2 on the left, and 14 over negative 7 on the right, which likewise both equal negative 2 and are equivalent. So in these examples, we saw a proportion that simplified to a linear equation in part A, and we got the solution x equals 8. And in the second problem, we saw a proportion that simplified to a quadratic equation which had two solutions, 4 and negative 7.